Okay, you ready? BTS Reaction by Native Korean with natural English translation. So, after his Osaka Day 1 concert, BTS Jin jumped on Weverse Live to talk about lots of things, including how he reflects on how he analyzes audience reaction, and he also talked about the small tweaks that he made, which made a significant difference on stage according to him. And then he also talked about like gaming, ramen, knee pain, and missing the BTS members and lots of things. So here we go. By the way, he looks good. A lot of armies commented on like how he revealed his forehead for Osaka concert. But yeah, it looks great as always. This Weverse live streaming was titled BANG. Titled BANG or BBANG, and eventually he talks about that, right? And I will talk about that as well. So here we go. So first of all, he said, I just got back to my hotel room after the Osaka concert, and then he showed, before that, he said about 1 minute 18 mark. But like I barely danced, so why does my whole body hurt this much? So here we go. Jin joking that he's out of shape. He said, yeah, when he said I barely dance. 춤은 진짜 조금 추는데 왜 몸이 이렇게 아프고 힘들지? But why does my whole body ache this much? He said. And then at 1 minute 28 second mark, he showed off his t-shirt with his face on it. Ta-da! You know what this is? It's my face. 1 minute 24 second mark. So I just got back from the show in Osaka, and today's concert was really fun. I was bouncing all over the stage. And then he said 1 minute 59 seconds. I heard armies, you wanted to see me wear school uniform, so I wore it today. And where is it? I think I have it. Oh, right here. Huh. Huh. Oh, nice. So they have subtitles, English subtitles on the screen. That's very nice. So the audience could understand. Ooh, why do they not do this in Korea, though? Right? Did they do this in Korea? No, I don't think so. I could be wrong because I was online streaming at home. So let me know how it went in Korea if you were there in person. Anyways. Back to the live stream. So yeah, he wore a school uniform for the so-called penalty costume, right? For Super Tuna. And then 2 minutes 11 seconds. Oh, this is when he talks about the BANG in Osaka. He said, in Osaka, the BANG thingy is the most famous, right? You know, when someone says BANG and everyone goes ah. Yeah. I heard that that's super popular here. So I heard that that's super popular here. I really wanted to try it, so I did it today, and so many of you did it back with me. That moment was seriously so much fun. Yeah, so I heard about that. So in Osaka, the bang thingy is, so it is known that I've learned this from watching LeSserafim content, right? And they say that people in Osaka are really proud of being funny, like comedians. And when somebody goes like bang, they act like they got shot and then act dead. So that's what Jin tried with the audience, like this. Huh. That is cute. How many people were there? 55,000 people, right? For the Osaka concert. That's adorable. So that's what he did. He thought it was really fun and made him happy. And then he reflects on the audience reaction, especially with the audience waving the army bombs. Everyone was waving their army bombs like crazy. It made the whole thing even more exciting and fun. And yeah, this is the wave of army bombs that he was talking about. Hey, 55,000 army bombs. Faster, okay, means. Huh. That's cute. Huh. Wow. That's beautiful. Yeah, in Korea we call it 파도타기, like surfing. When we do that at a concert or at a venue, a large venue like this, or like at sports games. All right, and then 2-minute 40-second mark. He said, commenting on his body, he said, my body hurts or aches a bit, but that's my problem to deal with, and I have lost some weight too. 살도 빠지고. And he will talk about this, but he looks better compared to the last time he did a live stream, when he looked like legitimately super tired. He was barely able to move, right? Especially at the end when he tried to turn off the camera. But he is commenting on that as well. And then he says, I didn't used to be like this, but these days my knees hurt. Maybe it's gonna rain tomorrow or something. Anyway, my knees are sore, but I still had fun. And I thought this was like a Korean thing, when like your knees hurt, especially as you get older, especially when it's time for raining. But then is eventually apparently a scientific thing. Does weather affect joint pain? Maybe your grandma knew a storm was coming when their knees started to hurt, or you have felt your own joints ache when the temperature outside drops. It's common to blame joint pain flare-ups on changes in the weather, and many doctors believe people can feel more joint pain on cold, rainy days. But the research on the connection between the two isn't clear. Alright, I'm taking it back. What I just said is not scientific, I guess. Barometric pressure can affect joints, but humidity, precipitation, and temperature are also at play. That makes it trickier for scientists to pinpoint exactly what it is about the weather that leads some people to report more pain when it's cold, rainy, or humid. Well, at least this is something that other people, other than Korean people, talk about, right? Even though it may not be exactly scientific. Anyways, that's what Jin said. And then 3 minutes 3 seconds. Yeah, it sounds like he really had fun with the bang thingy. Because he said, oh, so you're saying that Japanese people will do the bang thingy no matter where I do it, not just in Osaka? And he said, I didn't know that. So to everyone watching right now, that was cute. He said, I have fun. Okay, so here is when he comments on J-Hope live streaming that he did throughout his entire tour, which is why I have these photos up again. I've had these photos the last time I did a reaction to Jin's live stream, right? This one. He said, I think I mentioned this in my last live, but you know how HYBE always looked kind of dazed during tour lives, like post concert live streaming, like his eyes would look totally zoned out. That's because he dances so much, gives everything his got. I'm not saying I don't work hard too, but he really goes all in, Jin said. And I used to think, and he said, and I used to think, wow, he always looks spaced out. Then he said, then I saw my face on screen today, and yup, same. My eyes are glazed too, he said. And then he's commenting on the improvement he has been making at about 4 minute, starting at 4 minute mark. Okay, he said, 나아진 것 같아요. Right? 나아지다 means improve. So this was a significant portion. So let me explain it. He said, still, I think I did better than last time, even though I didn't do as many shows as HYBE, I'm assuming he's saying. This is my 5th one, so I guess I'm getting a bit more used to it. After the last show, I did some serious reflecting, like I need to run around more. And I realized my hair and makeup touch-up time was kind of long. Yeah, he said that he has done 5 shows already. So 수정 means changes or modification, but here it refers to touch-up, like hair and makeup touch-up. And he said that he realized that the touch-up time was kind of long. So today I tightened things up, cutting down a 3-minute break to about 2 minutes, trimmed every little thing I could. 타이트. Yeah, 3분, 3-minute break to about 2분, 2 minutes. I had my hair completely fixed beforehand, so I wouldn't need any big touch-ups. Everything was set up so I could move fast. Last time, he said, when I got back on stage after a break, I had cooled down from sweating, and it kind of felt like the audience energy dropped a bit, he said. And he's going to use the word tension. There you go. So tension, of course, is an English word, Tension. But when Korean people say it, they're referring to the energy. Okay, like the atmosphere or the mood or the energy. And he's talking about the audience energy, how it kind of felt like the audience energy kind of cooled down or dropped a bit after he spent, according to him, a long time backstage. Okay, and he said it wasn't that anyone did anything wrong, but the 3-minute gap without me on stage just slowed the momentum. And so this time I really tried to minimize that, so I could keep your energy levels as high as possible. Tension, yep, there we go, tension again. And here's when I felt, there we go, Jin is a true entertainer, and he knows, he's good at measuring the vibe of the entire room, entire venue, right? So yeah, once again, I really respect how he reflects on his past performances and just entire shows, right? As almost like a director position. And he said, honestly, I want to do everything live on stage without any breaks, but I'm still an idol, right? And visuals matter. My face matters, he said. 아이돌이니까. 비주얼도. So my visual and face matters, like my face card matters. Still, he said, I cut down prep time as much as I could, changed outfits super fast, even adjusted the material of my clothes. Sometimes sweat makes them hard to take off. So that was very detailed. 5-minute, 40-second mark. Yep, I changed my outfit really fast. Sweat makes them hard to take off. So I even adjusted the material of my clothes. Wow. So now I can change faster. I was determined to come back out as quickly as possible. And he does change his outfits on stage for this tour, right? For example, like this. And be careful with the audio because you're gonna hear people scream. Flexing. Are you fucking crazy? They said. Anyways, that was funny. Yeah, so that I can change faster. I was determined to come back out as quickly as possible. And he said, and because I prepped so efficiently, today I actually had 10 to 15 seconds to just stand there and wait before the next part started. That felt kind of rewarding, like, I made this work. Corner. So yeah, corner, again, English word, but when Korean people said it means like a part. I mean, it could mean like a part or a segment, next segment of the show. So I had about 10 to 15 seconds to just stand there and wait before the next part or next segment started. That kind of felt like rewarding. 뿌듯했어요 means I was proud, and that kind of felt rewarding. And he said, even if it's harder for me physically, it's better than letting Army's energy die down. And again, I think he used the word tension. There you go, he used the word tension again. And he said, thankfully, everyone today seemed hyped and happy, and I had a great time too. I mean, it was hard, yeah, but not to the point where I felt like I would die on stage or anything. So I think I made the right call. It was a good decision. 죽을 것. 죽다 means die, but not to the point where I felt like I would die on stage or anything, he said. Yep, so it was a good decision. Yeah, he's such a meticulous decision maker. And from here, he's gonna talk about games. So he said, still, I think I did it better than last time. Wait, yeah, I just did that. Where is it? Okay. So I decided to give myself a gift for rewarding myself for working so hard. So he said that he allowed himself to play games, and here are the games that he said. For example, Kazan. I'm not a gamer, so I don't know these games that he has mentioned. Apparently, there's a game called Kazan. So that's what he played recently. And then these are other games that he has mentioned during this live. On flights, I usually play old school stuff like Super Mario, Donkey Kong, or Zelda. Just during this tour's flight, I've cleared like 4 or 5 Mario games, including the classics. And then for tour games, besides Kazan, I play a lot of like soul type games. On the last tour, I finished Black Myth, Wukong, and Bloodborne, and Dark Souls. I'm not sure which one, whether Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3. I'm assuming it's the latest one. And then Elden Ring, a while ago though. And then Neo and Wolong, Fallen Dynasty. Now, he said, I'm starting Lies of P again. I already beat the original storyline, so I'm planning to go through the DLC from scratch. Lies of P, he said DLC, but I found out that it's called Lies of P Overture. Okay, so that's what he said. Yeah, and we all know that Jin is a gamer. Is a great gamer, and he loves games. At one point, was it? Do you remember the last time BTS had a group video content on Bangtan channel over an hour long when they made an official announcement about the chapter 2, and during that during that video, Jin said that he had been playing games like 20 hours straight per day without even eating. So he loves games that much, right? So these are the games that he has been playing. But again, I'm not a gamer, so sorry for not providing enough context for this stuff. And then he said, where is it? Oh, and then at a brief moment, where was it? 10 minute, 28 seconds mark. So he had talked about games for a couple minutes. Yeah, the reason why he looks like bewildered here is that he just realized that he's been saying these names of the games. So he said, wait, am I not supposed to say the game brand names? And then he pauses and said, just bleep everything out, please. I mean, it's not an advertisement or anything, but still, just to be safe, go ahead and bleep it. Anyway, I've really been enjoying my games lately, he said. And then he apologized. Time for eating. Yep. I've been drinking so much water lately that I didn't really have an appetite, he said. But today's meal was mulhue, cold raw fish soup. And he said, this is just a cure, 치료제, or a medicine. Seriously, it's medicine. We all love Jin, right? And we all know how much he loves. Why I keep coming back to J-Hope? Maybe because I love it so much. We know how much he loves mulhue, cold raw fish soup, which he recommend this for the last time? What was it? The joint video content with J-Hope to celebrate or to prep for June 13th this year, the menu recommendation. And he even recommended mulhue to Tom Cruise the last time they met up to film RUNSEOKJIN, right? And we even saw him eat mulhue during the Netflix Bizarre B&B. So he's eating that in Osaka as well. He said it's so good. Definitely better than last time. Back then, I barely ate anything because I wasn't hungry, but today it tastes amazing, he said. And when he said last time, I think he's referring to the last live stream when he barely touched these shrimps and lobsters. Yeah. He said, you really do, not here, but yeah, 12 minute 59 second mark. It tastes amazing. You really do need something spicy or salty after a concert. 공연이 끝나면 자극적인 걸 먹어야 돼요. Glad that he's eating up, because I saw that people were concerned that the last time he didn't really eat after a concert. And then he talks about one of the fans said Jin Ramen is the best, so he's agreeing. Someone said Jin Ramen is the best. You're absolutely right. I eat it all the time. And Jin Ramen, yep, once again I came back to J-Hope. Jin Ramen is the ramen noodle where he's a model, right, or ambassador. Cast Jin as himself and Jin as itself. 진짜 love Jin Ramen. And he said, yeah, Jin Ramen is the best. I eat it all the time. Like when I'm home and get hungry, I didn't buy much food lately because I've been prepping for the tour. So there's nothing to eat at home. But I always stock Jin Ramen. Always. And then he talks about how he makes it. 13-minute, 46-second mark. Here's how I make it. Just pour in about 470 milliliters to 480 milliliters of water. Dump in the soup base and all that. And once it starts boiling, throw in the noodles. And I had some eggs left in the fridge. And then he said, 부자잖아요. 부자 means someone who's wealthy or rich. So I put in 2 eggs for 1 ramen. That's right. For being wealthy. Enjoying luxurious ramen. And then here. Now it's gonna eat some more. 14-minute, 40-second mark. Talking about drinking a bit. I didn't drink the day before the show, or I don't drink the day before the show. Actually, I hadn't had any for a few days. But after a show ends, yeah, I might drink a bit, have some ramen too. I'm not the type to drink often, but I at least avoid it before performances. Usually we have shows on Saturdays and Sundays, right? So I go through the whole week like that. And once the weekend shows are done, sometimes I'll have a drink. Just 1 glass is different after a show, you know. And then he said, my go-to side dish, 안주. Yeah, usually we have shows on Saturdays and Sundays, so I go through the whole week like that. And then he said, 안주 means side dish. So he said he enjoys Jin Ramen for a side dish with aigin. And aigin is the type of alcohol where he's an ambassador. And I have heard, I saw an article that says that this is the alcohol brand that he launched with Baek Jo-won. I think he made an investment in this brand. Anyways, he's an ambassador. And he said that he enjoys that with Jin Ramen as a side dish. And he briefly reflects, wait, is this sounding like a commercial? But it's not an ad, I swear. I'm just stating facts. Meaning, talking about how good Jin Ramen and aigin is. Man, I must love J-Hope so much. Anyways, and then 15 minutes. That's because I have multiple tabs on this window where I like move back and forth to show you more stuff for context. Talks about eating more, like cravings after a concert. He said, honestly, it depends. Some nights after performing, I really crave something spicy, something salty. Other nights, I crave absolutely nothing. 땡기다 here means to crave. After a show, I drink water a ton, or I drink a ton because of all the sweating, like water, sports drinks, electrolytes, whatever. So sometimes I think I'm not hungry, but when it's time to sleep, my stomach growls so loud I cannot fall asleep. So I force myself to eat something, even if it's small. 땡기다 means crave. And yeah, I feel that when you're tired, when you're so tired, you don't even have energy to eat anything, right? You absolutely lose an appetite. And he says, still, I cannot eat spicy food every night. If I happen to crave spicy food, that's the best. But when I don't, it's hard to eat anything. Still, I cannot eat spicy food every night. That's rough too. So yeah, lately I've just been eating enough to get by. Not even sure if I'm gaining or losing weight. Looking in the mirror, maybe I have gained a little, or maybe my face got slimmer in a certain angle. Who knows? He said. And there's a minor detail. It's talking about 고수. So it's analyzing what's in the soup. And he said, wait, what is this smell? It's not, I don't know how to read it. Cilantro? In Korean, we call it 고수. It's this stuff. Cilantro. There we go. That's, at least in Korea, most famous, most well known for the vegetables you would eat with Vietnamese rice noodle. Anyway, cilantro. Jin doesn't eat that. He said, I cannot eat cilantro. There's this weird smell. My body just cannot handle it. Even if I eat it by accident, I'm like, 모르고 먹어도. Yeah, that's how his body reacts. And sorry to all the cilantro lovers out there, he said, but for me, it's a no-go. It's such a common ingredient and it's in food all over the world. Sometimes I forget to ask for it to be removed, and then it's a struggle. So if you ever happen to go to restaurants with Jin, make sure you tell the waitresses to get rid of cilantro from his dishes. And then at the end, he's gonna talk about the BTS members because someone asked him about them. Members. Our members, I'm sure they're doing great, he said. They're all really talented, no matter where they are. They're probably working hard and giving it their all. 잘하고 있지 않을까? 어디서든 잘하자니까. And then, and he's thinking about he thinks about BTS members when he's on stage. He said, but when I'm on stage, I really think of them a lot, always. It's been what, 13 or 14 years now? I've been performing with them for so long, and now being on stage without them feels strange. When he says 친구, that's literally friends in Korean, but here it's referring to the members. So, and now being on stage without them feels strange, kind of awkward, honestly. So, there you go. Yeah, and J-Hope reflected on this too during, what was it? The variety show content that he was featured in. He said to other panels or MCs how he misses members, especially right before performances at a concert, when he feels kind of nervous and kind of feels empty, because when he tours with other members, it always like chaotic and loud while they're waiting for performing, before the performances. But then, when it comes to solo tour, J-Hope, preps alone, and then he even meditates, right? So I think Jin's going through the similar phase here. All right. Oh, and then this was interesting. He's giving out pro tips for rookie idols. He said, 꿀팁. 꿀팁 means like pro tips. To anyone debuting soon, here's a golden tip. 꿀 means honey, but in Korean, I don't know when this started, but whenever people talk about something cool, they add it as a prefix, like 꿀 something. Yeah, So 꿀팁 means like a golden tip. And he said after a concert, shower immediately. Concerts are long, right? So when you get back home or to the hotel, while you still have any strength left in your legs, you need to shower right away.
공연 끝나면
That's so real.
진짜 바로 씻어야 돼. 콘서트 같은 거 한 번 하면 제일 전에 하는 시간인데 콘서트 끝나면 집에 들어오자마자 이 걸어다닐 힘이 조금이라도 남아 있을 때 진짜 바로 씻어야 돼.
안 그러면은
못 일어나.
So yeah, while you still have any strength left in your legs, you need to shower right away. If not, you're done for. He goes, I used to not understand people who lay down on the floor, but now I get it. You come back from a concert, and even though you can technically walk, you think, let me just sit on the couch for a second, and then
방바닥에 눕는 사람들은 이해를 잘 못했어요.
방바닥 means the floor.
걸어다닐 힘이 있고 분명히 씻을 힘이 아주 조금 남아 있어요. 왜냐? 그 전까지 좀 걸어왔기 때문에. 근데 좀 힘들다. 소파에 잠깐만 앉아서 쉴까라고 나갔습니다.
Right here, he said, you think, let me just sit on the couch for a second, and the moment you sit down,
앉아가지고 10분 정도 멍 때려요. 그럼 이제 못 일어나.
boom, you zone out like 10 minutes. Then you cannot get up. Like sleep creeps in. And you tell yourself, I will nap for 10 minutes and then shower. But when you wake up, it's 10 hours later. So yeah, shower right after the show. It's serious, I mean it, he goes.
10분만 자고 일어나 씻어야 돼.
10분 means 10 minutes.
뭐 10분 자고 눈 딱 떴는데 10분이 아니라 10시간이 지나가 있네. 다시 그때 샤워하고 나가야 돼. 공연 끝나면 바로 씻어야 돼. 큰일 나.
큰일 남. So yeah, shower right after the show. It's serious. If you don't do it, yeah, you're done for. He said, I mean it.
알겠어. 앞으로 데뷔하시는 분들 꿀팁이에요. 꿀팁. 공연 끝나면 여러분들 바로 씻어야 됩니다.
There you go. 꿀팁 again. Pro tip. Like a survival tip for those who are ready to debut. And then he jokes,
배가 더러워서 그런 게 아니고요. 힘들어서 그런 거예요.
it's not because I'm dirty, it's because I'm tired. And then he keeps eating and then he delivers his last words.
분들 너무 감사드리고
Anyway, thank you so much to everyone who came to today's show. These days, things are great because even if you can't come in person, you can watch from far away, like on your phone, at the movie theater, or at another venue. And this is talking about the live viewing. Yeah, so Osaka Day 1 concert, people were able to watch at theaters in Asia. And I think Big Hit, like BTS official Twitter channel, X channel, made an announcement about that. Live viewing in Asia, live in cinemas, July 12th. Please visit the official website for local theater listings and detailed screening times. So he was talking about that. And then speaking of which, Day 2 concert on July 13th, that will be live streamed through Weverse, right? And apparently some people do not know how to access that. So yeah, search online like how to watch Weverse living, how to buy tickets for that. It's super easy. So if you're curious, go check it out. And then he goes, so thank you to everyone who was there in person and also to everyone watching from afar. And a special thanks to all of you who made the atmosphere so amazing tonight with your cheers.
그런 공연장에서 볼 수 있는 그 소리만 우리 팬분들 진심으로 아미 여러분들 진심으로 너무 감사드리고 오늘도 너무 즐거웠어요.
To my army, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I had such a great time today. 즐겁다. Remember the last time, during this live stream, I noticed how much he used the phrases 행복하다, how he was happy, and 즐겁다, joyful, or how much fun he had. And that's how he ended this live as well. 너무 즐거웠다.
내일도 공연을 하는데 내일도 신나게 즐거워요. 네, 여러분 사랑해요. 바이바이.
Sweet. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Let's have a blast again. Okay? I love you. Bye bye. That's how he ended. So yeah, as always, Jin's post Osaka day one concert Weverse Live felt like catching up with a friend after a long day at work. Like tired but happy, a little sore, and full of little stories. Like he joked about being out of shape, and he shared how he tweaked his set transitions to keep Army's energy up. And I love how he broke down every little adjustment he made backstage, like shortening hair and makeup time, to tweaking his costume material so it will come off more easily. That's how Jin was focused on keeping the audience energy high, and all those little details that he cares about from the perspective of almost like the director of this whole concert or tour. And that kind of detail shows that he's not like coasting on seniority or legacy. He's working hard to make every moment better, which is why I super respect him. And at the same time, he never loses his comedic edge, like his being funny, like his explanation of how he makes Jin ramen. Like, I'm so rich, so I put in 2 eggs. He said, or how he tries to avoid. How do you read that again? Cilantro. There we go. Cilantro. Like, because even when I eat it by mistake, I go, ugh. Like, feels effortlessly funny, but also relatable. You're watching a superstar talk like your goofy friend from college or something. Then there were also the vulnerable parts when he admitted that he sometimes can't eat after shows because he feels so fatigued, or that he misses his members and feels awkward without them, especially on stage. So those moments hit quietly but strongly. Yeah, but he didn't dwell on the emotional weight. He doesn't like that, but it lingered between the jokes. So yeah, 13 years of performing with BTS can't be replaced by solo excitement alone, and he doesn't pretend otherwise. And yet, he is also showing great growth as a solo artist. Like 5 concerts in, he's gaining confidence, tweaking his sets. I told you this tour is meant to develop and evolve over time. Even though the very first concert that I watched was already amazing, and that he even analyzes crowd reactions and even gamifying his own improvement. I remember when he said, "I felt proud when I had like 10 seconds to spare backstage." So yeah, he's still very much Jin. Like kind of like a dorky older brother, but at the same time also a stage professional. So very thoughtful and very much in control. Super sharp. So yeah, this live was once again a reminder of why Jin connects so well with fans. Whether his talk about ramen noodles, video games, or pushing himself through knee pain, he gives you the unfiltered version of himself, not in a dramatic or performative way, but in a natural, I'm just talking to you kind of way. There we go. And by the end, when he thanked everyone watching, like in person, online, or from afar, you could feel how much this tour means to him. So, not necessarily as a career checkpoint, but as a moment of like a real and shared joy. So, congratulations on having a very successful day 1 concert in Osaka, and good luck with day 2. And I hope all the armies have fun with day 2 concert. And those of you who are watching through Weverse live streaming, I hope you have a wonderful time as well. All right. As always, if you have opinions or information that I left out, feel free to add by writing comments, and when you do so, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. And if you have watched day one concert, Osaka concert, whether in person or at theaters or whatever. Let me know which one was your most memorable and favorite part. Okay? See you later. Bye-bye.